Hello everyone, Karen Petty here. This is the second video in how to create standards-based activities in a digital file box, and then we can upload that file box to Canvas to be housed in our modules area so that it will be right there at our fingertips whenever we need to pull from these activities. These are going to be your go-to activities, your favorites, your must-haves, and they are going to be ready for you to use over and over again. So let's get started. In the first video, video 1 in this series, I showed you how to create this background, how to put in the text boxes, how to create these buttons that link to your activity cards. But in this video, I want to show you how to create the activity card. Now, this could be very basic for some of you, so just stay with me because I want to start from the very beginning and show you how I did it. So I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom of my PowerPoint slides, and I'm going to work from this background. I imported this background from an image that I had saved. I think I got it for free on Teachers Pay Teachers, and I just brought it in as an image. And then the next thing that I would do is bring in a shape, and this is where my text is going to sit. Now, by default, all shapes come in this color and come in blue. So I want my shape fill to be white. And then I'm going to work from this background. So I have a little bit of my stripes showing, and I like that, but I don't want a lot of it showing. And I could get that a little more even, but remember, done is better than perfect. So the next thing that I will do, and what I did before on my others, was I created another box because I want a banner on this. And so I'm just going to create a banner that I can extend over to my edges. Again, I have that blue default color. I want that. Now that's a little bit thick because I want to leave myself a lot of room to put all of the information in. So I'm going to move it up a little here, and then I'm going to change this to black. Now you can change this to any color you like, but I want to do black, and I'm going to put a text box in it. Now that must be ready for the black text, and so I want to go and change this to white, and I'm going to put art in this one. Now again, remember, you can put anything in your buttons and that correspond with your file cards that you want to. I want this to be bigger, so I'm going to make this a 28, maybe just a little bit bigger, 32, and I want to center it. And then I really don't prefer Calibri. I want to do a different font. I think I will do AG Spellers Spellers Untie. I like that one. So let's just leave it like that. I like that. Okay, so now down in this area, I just need to create another text box. And this is where all of my information is going to sit. So I'm going to make it pretty large. And now I'm ready. So what I did on these slides, I created one with all of the pertinent information, such as the, let's go up to one and I'll show you. I had all of this pertinent information, such as the name of activity, the age level, the standards and skills, and so on. And then I recreated it over and over and just changed the wording here and the background color, and it just made it a lot easier, and I didn't have to keep resizing and building the shapes over and over again. And that is simply all that you have to do. Starting on this background, you have your shapes, and now I'm ready to start typing. Okay, I really love that background. I think that's something you may want to use. I'm going to offer that for you actually in this PowerPoint, that you can go down below and grab my link to my online store and just go over and snag this for free. So let's talk about this one that's already completed, just to save some time. I started with the name of the activity, the age level. Now you can use a range because most of us teach more than one level at some point in time. and then I put the standards and / skills. Now again, in Texas we use TEKS and guidelines, but there are also benchmarks and standards and objectives and other things that other states use. So just use whatever it is that's pertinent to you. For this one I used art. I used kindergarten, TEKS, art, B2A, create using lines, textures, and forms. Now, I wanted an activity that went with this standard, this skill, and I found this activity. Actually, this is something that I have done myself, and my 5.5-year-old granddaughter, Vivian, created this for me for an example. And then I place my materials and resources needed. Be sure and put everything there because you don't want to get ready to do your activity and something is missing. And then I did my activity directions, and be sure to include everything that you need in order for this to be successful. And look at number 3 in particular. Be sure to ask some open-ended questions about the experience, such as, what can you tell me about your painting? That would be a thought question. What do you like about your painting? That's a feeling question. How did you choose the colors? That would be a thought question. And one other kind of question that I would encourage you to use would be an observation type question, like, what did you notice about it? What do you see when you look at this? Those sorts of things. So be sure to have a feelings question, a thought question, and an observation question when you ask those open-ended questions. And then how you will assess this activity. Now, if you pull this in and use the one that I'm providing for you, you can just literally delete the words that you don't need, the types of assessments you don't need, and just leave the one there that you're using. If you are familiar with the check mark symbol, you could just erase the underline and put a check mark beside the one that you need. Lastly, you are going to include the source. Now, this is important because you want to be able to go back and find that web page, that book that you found your activity in, because it might be something that you know that there are other activities there. There are other ones that you want to bring in later. So be sure and put your source there. Now, again, if it's something that you came up with, be sure and put your name there. Just include a source. Now, as you can see, I have done one for each of the centers that I placed on the home page. And you can do many of these. You can just color code them with backgrounds or however, and that way you can have them all organized and together and ready for you to click on as you access your home page in your digital file box. I am enjoying this activity, and I hope that you will do the same. Remember to go down below, visit my online store, and snag this free PowerPoint, and maybe poke around and see if there's any training there that you need as well. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.